Max Winemiller, North American Product Manager for crawler dozers and bulldozers for case construction. And right now I'm going to show you the display and interface and user interface for the CoPilot system within an M-Series case construction dozer. With CoPilot, it's very easy. You get in, turn the dozer on. As the dozer comes up to operating temperature, turn on your hydraulics. Then you would turn on your automatic enabled on the machine side. That enables the machine to communicate with the system. You'd also turn on your Leica display. We have here a 3D display, however there's also a 2D display that looks very similar while in CoPilot. Once you get the machine up to operating temperature and these settings are turned on, it's as simple as choosing the system you want to enable. In this situation, we can choose a 3D if we wanted to use 3D. However, we're going to use CoPilot. So we choose CoPilot. This side of the system will set the mast angle for your fore-aft dozing. This side of the system will set your cross slope for CoPilot. Again, on this side, we're going to choose the system that we want to operate. And in this situation, it's going to be cross slope. So the nice thing is we have icons built in up here to show you what you're actually doing. As you can see, this icon shows you your cross slope and this icon shows you your mast angle. Right here we actually have a mast angle percentage. So as the blade goes up and down in relation to the dozer tracks, this will actually give you a readout and tell you where the blade's at. This red line corresponds to where you've set the grade at for the machine. So as I show you a little bit further, as we hit the automatic button, you'll see that the blade will actually line up with that red line. So again, we've given you 3 different visual indicators of what the machine is trying to do and how the system is actually enabling it to do that. The other nice thing with your cross slope is it doesn't only change your cross slope on the right side, but you can hit your swap button and you can change your cross slope to the left side as well. Once the machine is enabled and you're actually operating. This button here changes your zero. So again, some operators will like to actually run a cross slope in a single direction and they'll want to zero and hit their or set up their cross slope on that side. Some operators will want to zero it at the end of every run. Some operators will want to continue with the same settings they originally set. Within the system, we give you the ability to enable the zero to be reset every time you start the system, or you can reset it only one time and it remembers it for the remainder of that pad that you're operating on. So here you can see our auto is ready on this side on our mast angle, and our auto is ready on our cross slope. So we're going to turn on our hydraulics. We're going to turn on our machine control communication, and now the system is ready to operate. So again, now we've zeroed it. So where the blade is actually set at, we've told the system this is where I want the blade to stay. As we move up in our cross slope, that now tells the machine that we want a 1% cross slope from right to left. Now, we're done up here, the system is set, and we have good visuals telling us what we want. The next step is to move to the joystick. My system is set up, I'm ready to operate, I'm ready to go down on my grade, and all I need to do at this point is hit my auto button. So as I hit the auto button, the machine control will take over and CoPilot will do its thing. Now the machine is in CoPilot mode and I no longer have to give input to the machine. The CoPilot is actually operating the blade. The input from the operator at the joystick is very simple. As you can see on the M-Series dozer, we have indicators on the buttons showing you what they're for, and then we also have indicators on the actual joystick showing secondary functions. In this situation with CoPilot, our normal blade shake button turns into our automatic button. The other thing is our buttons here change into decrement and increment. So as you're operating the system, you can change on the run either your cross slope side to side, or you can change your mast angle. So let's say you're taking too deep of a cut, you can actually increment this up so that you get back on a flat grade and the machine reduces the track spin. Likewise, if you're air blading or you're not taking as deep of a cut as you want, you can decrement down so the blade takes a deeper cut into the surface. So this button here, as you press that, actually turns on CoPilot. The system is enabled as we went through earlier, but this actually turns on and off. The other function that this button has is if you have CoPilot set to actually 0 when you turn on CoPilot, when you hit this, not only does it turn on CoPilot, but it automatically zeroes the mast angle. So if you're at where you want the blade to be and you hit this, it'll zero it and keep the blade there. The other great functionality about CoPilot that we've built into the M-Series dozers is the fact that you can change the amount of increment decrement. So in some situations, you want to make large adjustments. You're a tenured operator, you know when the machine's actually track slipping too much or you're digging too deep and you want to make larger changes to your mast angle. You can change this to be a full inch or 2 inches if you wanted. I typically do it in smaller settings or smaller increments, but you can go up or down. We've given the operator the ability to do that. So there's a lot of functionality that can be done here, but it's very simple, very user intuitive. And the other nice thing with the joystick is if you hit the auto button and you're actually doing a single direction push, whether it be on a cross slope or a straight flat grade, at the end of that run, the operator only needs to pull back on the joystick in order to pull it outside of the window. The display gives you an indicator, it beeps, tells you you're outside of the window, and the machine holds the CoPilot until you get it back within the operating window. So my favorite way of operating it is leaving the 0 on, hitting auto, doing your push, pulling the dozer blade up outside of the window, beep, I reverse, get it back into my forward motion, bring it down a slight amount, and then CoPilot takes over. Typically, a dozer operator without CoPilot and without a machine control system, they are going to be pushing and pulling and angling this all day. CoPilot enables them to go from a highly activity area here to a single press of a button, and you can pretty much go hands off. And they can change their increment and decrement if they want, but there's a lot less input from the operator as the machine's moving. The other nice thing is we've given you a lot of different settings that you can modify. Calibrate, system setting, enter your tech mode so you can go deeper in the system. Another nice feature is we give you the ability to change your gain, so how fast the hydraulics will respond to changes in the underfoot conditions. We give you a deadband change. This is the elevation window. So the nice thing is we give you the ability to change your operating window. Some dozer operators will want to make a full push and then pull the dozer up and it comes out of the operating window, and then reverse with the blade in the air and then lower the blade into the operating window and have the system take back over. Leica enables that within this display, and we can change that operating window. 12 inches, we can go up to 13, you can change it to whatever you want for your needs. This is for 0 on auto, so some operators will like for the CoPilot to go back to 0 when they hit the auto button. Some operators want the system to remember one setting that they put in at the beginning of the job site. This enables operators to do that as well. So there's quite a bit of functionality. You can even go deeper than that and change quite a bit, and you can recalibrate, but the system is very simple. If an operator wanted to, they could theoretically jump on the dozer, hit those 2 buttons, turn on their auto, hit their auto on the joystick, and they're running CoPilot. So there's a lot of system functionality, but there's also a very easy to use interface for the operator.